get ready. Anthony Edwards was asked to list his all-time starting five. He named Allen Iverson himself, LeBron, Kevin Durant, and Shaq, leaving Michael Jordan off the list. Shannon, you first. What was Anthony Edwards thinking?
And is being himself. He's funny. He got a big personality, Skip. So there's this thing called confidence, and then there's foolishness. Yeah. And this is foolishness, Skip, because this is the same guy after game one of the Memphis series says, I'm the greatest defender of all time. So this is Ant being
just trying to be funny?
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp, how can I dignify this? I'm embarrassed we're actually dealing with this on live national television on Undisputed. Yes. It is beneath our dignity.
Yes.
Is he trying to disqualify himself? Is this just to gain attention, clicks, social media presence? Is that what he's all about?
Yeah. First of all, for MJ, Kobe, D. Wade, Clyde Frazier, Jerry West. I'm just going to go, that's fine. That's the top five twos. I'm not sure Anthony is a top 10 two guard right now.
Well, he put himself on the list ahead of Jordan. He excluded Jordan in favor of himself.
Well, I mean, he got Bradley Beal. He got to get Bradley Beal. He got to get past Dame. Come on now.
What are we doing?
Clyde Drexler. I mean, come on, Ed.
I gained a little respect for him against Memphis, right?
I think he's going to be a phenomenal player. He's just not there yet.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Maybe somebody should alert him to the fact there was this guy named Jordan.
He knows. Okay. He put himself over Kobe, too.
All-time starting five debate. It's always so much fun. Guys, great stuff this morning. Let's do it again tomorrow. For now, that's it for Undisputed, but be sure to stick around for the herd. Okay, so in game one, the Celtics drilled 21 threes in that win over the Warriors. Last night, though, ball security issues haunted them. Golden State scored 33 points off Boston turnovers. They bounced back to tie this series at 1 apiece. Shannon, after two matchups, which team do you think has actually looked better?
I'm going to say the Celtics, Skip, because they came and did what they wanted to do. They wanted to get a split. And that's all you can hope for. Yeah, obviously, all things being equal, you'd like to take both of those games, go back home. But if you look at the first half, game one, Boston led by 2. In game two, Golden State led by 2. Third quarter, the Warriors have blown them out. But in the end of game one, the Celtics scored 40, outscoring 40-16 plus 24 to win the ball game. And I know what happened last night. So all I need is Marcus Smart and Al Horford to give me more than 4 points between them when you play 53 minutes. Let's just say for the sake of argument, Skip, we got 20. Just 20 points between those two guys. And instead of having, 11 turnovers in the first half, you have 8. We'd have been going back to Boston, getting ready for the Duck Bowl.
But you're not.
So I feel good. I did well. Skip, I didn't get all the money, but I got a bunch of it. I go in the bank. I might not get it all, but I got me a decent amount.
Well, you got JT on your side, Jason Turnover.
Hey,
right?
That's all right. I'm going to get the rest of it when y'all come to Boston.
Really?
I'm going to take all the rest of it out your pockets.
But the question right now from Jen is, well, which team has looked better through 2 games? Well, you just told me that Steph Curry is clearly the best player on the floor, so I got the best player, so it's got to be Golden State.
But your team ain't look the best, because look at those percentages.
Okay, but wait a second. Well, what if I look at the 2 third quarters? Well, the first third quarter in game one, the Warriors won 38-24, and then last night they won 35-14 in the third. So late in the third quarter of game one, the Golden State Warriors were up 15 points. So I'd say that's pretty significant.
Pretty significant. And then what happened?
Then what happened last night, they were up, at the end of 3 quarters, thanks to Jordan cannonballing into the pool.
Yeah.
Well, he makes 2 bombs, 29 and 39 feet, and all of a sudden it's a 23-point game.
You expected that in game 3?
No, but I'm saying I've seen, albeit at home, I saw the Warriors up 15 late in the third quarter, and then I saw them up 23 after 3 quarters last night. Well, wouldn't that dictate to you? Wouldn't that indicate they're the better team? You
played. First of all, we played you to a tie. So we was up 2 in the first half of game 1. Yeah. Y'all was up 2 in the first half of game 2. So that's a split. Okay, you have won both third quarters. But what about that fourth quarter we put on you? That barrage.
Okay. And yet you have admitted to me that you do not trust Marcus Smart as your point guard. Maybe as a defensive player of the year, but not your point guard.
Derek White need to get a little bit more run. We might have to put PP in that thing, or the initial guys. PP, JB, and JT.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're not detailing better team.
Hey.
You're saying that your team is flawed and you need to use...
Golden State's flawed. Y'all had a 15-point lead and got hawked.
My team is less flawed than your team.
That's okay, but you got flaws. And guess what? When you don't have makeup on, I can see all of them. So guess what? We going back home and we going to get dolled up. We getting glammed up. You won't see our flaws. Still see yours, though. Put you on that spotlight.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're just talking about the first two games. I think Golden State clearly proved it's the better team.
No, they didn't. That's not what you told me. Because remember, Steph didn't show up in the second half of game one, and he didn't show up for the first 3 minutes of game two in the third quarter. So how can you say that?
Well, because my team blew your team
No, but the best player on the court. You told me the best player on the court needs to play like the best player. So clearly he wasn't the best.
Well, all I know for sure is I'll get game three, and then we'll
bet you don't
conversation. You'll say, well, it's Golden.
Well, up the ante then. Just make it another case.
No.
I didn't think so then.
No.
That's what I get. That's what you get for talking.
Well,
you proposed the bet. You proposed the bet.
Wait. Do you want to give me the points?
No, you get no points.
Extra case?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
No can do.
No guts, no glory.
No can do.
Bet right now. I'll just remind everybody, 3 cases and no points.
No points.
All right, Skip, I know you are fired up for this next one. Darvin Ham was officially announced as the Lakers' new head coach on Friday. However, a new report by Mark Stein says Ham not the Lakers' first choice. Instead, supposedly they were wanting Juwan Howard. Shannon, what do you think? Did your Lakers end up with the right man for this job?
I believe they did. I don't look at Juwan Howard as a big what-if moment for me, Skip. Darvin Ham has just as good a reputation around the NBA as Juwan Howard, and the Lakers are in no position to get anybody of merit, considering that the man had to say, Kurt Rambis would not be in my meeting room. I have the ability to choose my staff. Who you gonna get with those? That's what I got. I thought that was common. That a coach would be able to select his own staff. Juwan Howard ain't worried about the AD being in his damn meeting room with his player Skip.
Yep.
I got to ask ownership. Now y'all know I don't want Kurt in my meeting rooms. You know I want the ability to pick my own staff. So what leverage? Skip, look at the candidates. The candidates told you everything. You had Darvin Ham, you had Terry Stotts, you had Kenny Atkinson, they had Mark Jackson, who I thought I would have loved to get the job. But it's not like, man, Eric Spoelstra is resigning the Heat to take. They ain't do what Pat Riley did. Skip, remember he said that fact? He left the Knicks and went to the Heat. Ain't nobody doing that for the Lakers' job. They matter too much. It's dysfunction. Same thing with the Cowboys. That's why y'all ain't got no top-notch coach. Not since you had Bill Parcells. Everybody else has been, Sean Payton. You get Sean Payton, what you giving up? A lot of control. Jerry ain't doing that. That's what you gonna get. I think Darvin Ham's gonna do a great job. But I'm not looking at this like, man, Lakers done messed this up again. They ain't get Juwan Howard. I ain't looking at it like that. Maybe some are. I'm not.
Okay, my first problem with this question is I have no idea how good Darvin Ham will be. And I think you have no idea because nobody can have any idea. He's 48 years of age. He's been a career assistant.
Yes.
And everybody loves and respects him.
Right.
And sings his praises. But does that all translate into
No.
be a wildly successful head coach? Who knows?
But Skip, do we know how good a NBA coach Juwan Howard can be? I mean, look at Monty Williams and his staff. Look at Willie Green. Those guys, Idoka. If somebody told you, he gonna have the Celtics in the finals, you'd have got laughed at. If Monty Williams, his second-year coach, and probably second-year coach, I think, he got them in the finals.
He did.
And you got Willie Green made the playoffs.
Yep.
When the Pelicans hadn't been to the playoffs in a very long time. Skip, you don't know. You're like, man, I just hope. It seems like the right fit. I'm going with my gut. I think Darvin Ham is the best fit for this team.
And you could be right about that, and you could just as easily be wrong.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know. It's a huge X factor, but it has a lot of validation from all the right people around the league. However good he can be, everybody thinks he can have high standards here, right?
You don't know, Skip. When I was going to Baltimore, Skip, we got diverted because the weather was bad. We circled for a couple of hours. They wouldn't let us land to divert us.
Recently, when you
went to Baltimore.
Yes.
On my flight was Bob Baffert, the famous horse trainer.
Yep.
And I asked him, I said, well, how do you know if you get an American Pharaoh or
justified? To the Preakness.
Yeah, no, actually he was going to a sale.
Okay.
He was going to a sale, a thoroughbred, 2-year-old sale. And he said, Shannon, he said, you know, you get the horses out there and you watch them walk and you watch them run. And you get them out there and you breeze them. And he said, sometimes you can just take